Welcome to Macrocode. If you are new to this channel, consider subscribing. So today we are going to proceed with our help desk management system. So on our previous video, we have actually been doing export service. So as you can see, we have export to PDF. So we did some implementation here, export to Excel. So this is what we did, and you can actually see it on our previous video as well. Then you have the export to PDF. We have all this done, and we actually also implemented our PDF service. So if you come here, you'll notice that we have our iPDF, and we did an implementation service here. So this is how it looks, and this is our PDF service. So today I want us to complete some of the methods here. For example, the export to PDF page. So here I want us to do some items. So we can actually say if so we can actually have this in a try catch. So let me zoom in. So you can say here exception. Then we can actually do Elma extension raise, and we can actually return here null. So you can return null. Then inside here, I want us to check if model. So we say if model. So I'll just say model. Then you say dot method. So here you'll do method. So I don't know if we have our in our model here, can actually do method. So I can define the kind of method that we are posting. So you can say method. So that method can be a get or post. So you can say here method. Then you can say if that is equals to, you can do here post. Then you can actually do this. Else, so you can do else. You can also do something else. So here we can say if this is a post or you can say string dot is null. This is string dot is null or empty. Then you can say here model, then dot method. So once you have that, sorry, so you need to close this. Then inside here, you can actually do variable client, and then you say new REST client. Then you can say here REST client, can do that. Then here method, you can actually do post. Then once you have that, we can actually do here. So it's actually kind of duplicating what we done. So you can say add body. Then you can actually do model. So here you just do model. I can say here model. Then you can say variable response equals to. So you can say await client. Then this will be post. You can do here post async. Then you can post our request. Then we can now say our PDF. So this PDF we can actually do here. Let's just say here byte array. Then we say here PDF equals to null. Then we can assign here. So you can say PDF equals to then underscore PDF service. Remember, we now have our PDF service. Then convert to PDF. Then we are now supplying the content. We have the so here we can do here PK. Then we can actually say here model. So this should be model. Then paper kind. Then you also need to define the orientation. So you can just do here orientation. Then you can say here model dot page orientation, and that's cool. So then we'll have our service there, our PDF. Then once we have that, then we can actually do here. So for the else, we can actually copy this here, have it here. Then you'll just do REST client. Then this is the method now. It's what you are going to change. So we can actually say here get. Then you can say here get async. Then you can also pass the same thing. So then instead of here, we can actually now return PDF. So that's our implementation. So this is how it looks. So if you want to duplicate, you can actually do that. So the next one, I think we had done for the Excel, we did, so we have this. So we can also do the IEnumerable one service. So here, I think we can copy, let's just copy this here, paste it here. Then for this one, we can do, so we have our worksheet name. So we have our file name here, you check the worksheet length. Then here we do that. Then for the cell, we do insert. Then here we now do our data here. Then we have adjust contents, then get that. Then we check if a table is null, show that. Then we return. That's cool. So that's how we do that. So I think we've done most of our methods. So we have the page to PDF, that's exporting our pages to PDF. It's just the same thing as the other one, but the only difference is that, so let me just, so this one, page to PDF, I think we can actually copy this here. The only thing that this one is async, so we can have this here. Then, I think we can just remove these other methods. We remain with what we've just implemented. I think we've done all except one. So let's just remove all the other ones. So go to the export service. We can remove this one. Export to PDF async. So let's just remain with 1, 2, 3, 4. So if we go to our export service, the error should be gone. Yes. So, and these are our implementation. So if we try to launch our application, remember that we had added our services here on the program.cs class. And you can see if you try to launch the application, you'll get an error. So we had added only these methods. So services, you have the PDF service, and export service. So we have our interface and the implementation service, and we have also our interface and the implementation service. Then if you try to run the application, we have an error that says some services are not able to be constructed, error while validating the service descriptor. So we have unable to resolve service for type link PDF contracts iConverter. So what we need to do, come down here, and you can actually do builder.services.add singleton. Then here we can actually do type of. So we can do here type of. Then you can do iConverter. Then here you can say new synchronize converter. Then you can actually say here new PDF tools. So if you do that, then you can actually now be able to launch the app. So let me just stop the application so that you see how that works. So where is our service? So this is it. So we've now added 3 items, and these are the ones. So let me zoom. So these are the ones. So we have our PDF service, the interface, export service interface, and now we have our iConverter. So if we relaunch, then we should be able to access our application. So if you're new to this channel and you're watching our videos and you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing, like our video, comment down below, and give us your suggestions and feedback. So as you can see, we now have our dashboard, and you can actually click recent ticket, assign tickets, resolve tickets, close tickets. So that's cool. So what we need to do now is to add the export services here. So how do we do that now? We need to export this data to Excel. So let's just go back to our application. And now we want to do that on the recent tickets. So if you go to tickets, so go to the controller for tickets. So I'll just go here, tickets controller. Then under index, so I want us now to export. So I want us to export this. So I want us to do here. So here I'll just do, so let's just check. So under index, I want us to, so I can actually, so what I want us to do, let's just create another controller. I want us to create another controller called Excel exports. So let's just do that. So we can say Excel exports controller. So every export that we need to do for Excel, so that's just a class. So I want us to copy, let's just copy the tickets controller, how it looks. So we can copy this here up to here. So if you go to our Excel controller, so this is our controller, and I want us to now use this. So if we do that, so this will be our exports controller for all the Excels. So I want us now to copy the recent tickets. So let's just, I think it is just this one, the index one. So I want us to copy this. And if you come here, I want us to remove this. So durations. So this is the, so if you just, so this one we are going to say here, export tickets list. So that is it. So this one will export our tickets list. Now, what we need to do is we need now to have our export service here. So we are going to have a private read only. So here you can do export service, export service. Can have it here. Can do, sorry. So you can do here Excel export service. Then we can do that. Then here we can also do underscore export service. That is it. So once we have our export service now, what we need to do is now to export the data that we will have filtered on our application to Excel. So here, if you come down here, you realize that we have these data, and you can actually export everything to Excel. But we can also select some of the columns. So here, I can actually do this. For all the tickets, I can say here, so this is it. So I can say here, so I can do here variable. Let me just do variable data equals to all the tickets. Then I can say dot select. I can say dot select. Then I can do this. Sorry, I think it had given us a suggestion. So, or we can even export everything. So let's just do true. Let me just do select. There we go. So you can see here, I have the ID. So we are going now to select some of the items that we need. So here we can do full name, created by dot full name. And this one is, so I can say created. So this one should be created can say username. So you can actually do username. And you can actually remove, if you remove this, you can actually provide some of the columns that are not tied to that. Then here you can say description. Here you can also say description. Then here you can do the number of comments. Then once we have that, we can now say return export to, you can see export to Excel. But then now this export to Excel, you can say export to Excel. You can see export to Excel, and we have our, then we remove this here. So our export service will actually be returning. So here you can actually do return action result. That's cool. So then we can now come back to our list here for the on the tickets. Then go to recent tickets. I think it's under index, if I'm not, or we just check recent tickets. I think this is it. So here I can actually duplicate this and say export to Excel. So once I export to Excel this one, what I can do now, I can say here, we can use our controller. So this is our list. And actually I can say here, I can actually do, so this export to Excel, I want to do something with it. So let's just do here, SP. So this is the action. And we can do controller, SP controller equals to, what is the name of our controller? The name of our controller is export to Excel. So let's just go back here. So go to the index and have that here. So this one, I want us to add it somewhere. And because this is a post, I want us to add it here. I want us to add it at the top of this form here. So we have it here. So then we can do, so this one, we can actually have a class, we say float, and so we just have it that way. So let's just launch and try to export. You can have a breakpoint here, and then you'll be able to see what it will do. So if you're new to this channel and you have not subscribed, please consider subscribing, like our video, and comment down below. So if you go to recent tickets, you realize that we have our export to Excel at the top here. So if I click export, so let me just click export. We realize that it has actually taken us to our controller, export to Excel. And here, I want us to come to this particular point, proceed. And if you click on data, you realize that we have our data. This is the data. If we proceed, so let's just check. You see, our Excel file is here. And if we click on it, we realize that we now have our Excel file data. So this is the data that we have, and we have actually exported our data to Excel. So if you're new to this channel and you want to see how this was done, so you can see we don't have the columns. So how are we going to add that? So if you want to see how that is done, check on our next video and subscribe to our channel. See you in our next episode. Bye.